Welcome to the Engaging Change, Handling Life's Obstacles basic course. It's so good to have you here today. And if you're joining this course today, I want to just really congratulate you because after this course, and I hope you would complete the three-part set of this course. So it's a three-part course. This is the basic module, and I hope you will take the opportunity to complete the other two because at the end of it, you would find out that all your goals are achievable, and you would be well on your way. You will have clarity for your next steps, and you'll be on your way towards achieving this goal. So, let's delve into it. My name is Yinka Jibril, and I'm a life clarity and happiness coach. This is what I do, and I'm really excited about being able to just help people through this course. A lot of people ask me, how do you questions. They tell me, that I'm stuck. I really don't know what to do next, or they throw in the towel, or what, they have start and stop projects, a lot of starting and stopping, and a lot of people are really very frustrated. But you see, it doesn't have to be that way. You can be unstoppable in your journey. So, like I said, these lessons will be really worth your while. And just to share with you what you will be learning, you would learn about why we encounter obstacles, and we would learn what obstacles are or are not. So when we talk about obstacles, you could hear words like challenges, you could hear things like impediments, you could hear things like hindrances. So anything actually that stands in the way between you and your goals, these are the things that we're talking about and we're trying to deal with, trying to handle. And then I'm just going to introduce you to the types of obstacles that you will face. And there are actually just 3 types of obstacles basically that you will face. And then I will be telling you how to keep in touch with me. To start off anyways, why should you be listening to me? I think it's really important for people to understand on which authority, I stand and why you should be listening to me anyways. First of all, like I said, I'm a life and clarity and happiness coach. So basically what that means is that I'm passionate about helping people achieve 3 things. Number 1 is to progressively become better versions of themselves every day. I always say that everything that you're looking for is looking for you, actually. Did you know that? Can you believe that? I actually believe that with all of my heart. So it's not like a mirage that is always out of reach. What you're looking for is looking for you. That should really encourage somebody because it means that you're not doing something that is futile. And secondly, I want to help people develop powerful growth mindsets through coaching. So I don't want people who learn helplessness. The fact that you come against a challenge does not mean you have to throw in the towel. The fact that you have a challenging situation, and I know that these challenges could be ranging from simple challenges to much more severe challenges that could really alter the course of what you've always planned to do or where you're going. But then it doesn't have to stop you. So I help people develop growth mindsets that knock off things that stand in their way and that helps them continuously learn towards their journey. And the third thing is that I like to help people embrace happiness as a journey rather than a destination. I discovered that most people usually make happiness a destination. What do I mean? So they will tell you that, oh, when I get that job, I'll be happy. When I establish that business, I'll be happy. When I have that relationship, I'll be happy. When I have my child, I'll be happy. When I buy my car, I'll be happy. When I build my house. And it's always like a destination that they never achieve, because no sooner than you achieve a level, there will always be bigger dreams, bigger desires, bigger goals. So I really focus on helping people be happy on their journey today rather than making happiness a destination. In addition to this, I'm an HR professional with many, many years of practicing. and also a well-being champion, actually a mental health first aider. So I've really been interested in things that have to do with well-being and helping people through difficulties. And I'm also a change specialist as well. So I have several qualifications that give me the leverage to be able to do this. And if you actually want to earn 7-digit figures and more, I think you should be listening to me actually. I have several things in my life working, succeeding, and I'm thinking that at this point is a time to share things that impact people and actually help them to do some of the things they've always dreamt about. So that's why, I'm doing this with you. In addition to that, people usually ask me several how do you question, especially questions that help them take the next step. And I tell people, I'm like, on your life's journey, look, it's not just about the final goal. Your next step really matters because that's really the deal breaker for some people. Now let's delve into the course. The first thought I'm going to put out there is that obstacles, challenges, hindrances, whatever you want to call them, they are not there to break you. They're actually your friends. I know that it looks like a far-fetched thought that an obstacle will be your friend, because when you face something that stands in the way of you and the things that you've always wanted to achieve, you're wondering, how does this really help me? But then the first thing that we need to understand is that if you are on a journey and you're not experiencing any challenges, anything that probably threatens to jeopardize what you've set out to do, you want to really ask yourself if that thing is worth doing or if that journey actually leads anywhere. The second thing that shows that obstacles are your friends is that when you face an obstacle, it actually proves that you have a goal. Many people do not have goals. They do not have targets. They do not have anything that they really want to achieve. And when you don't have anything that you want to achieve, you achieve nothing, right? So it's just like the proverbial saying, if you fail to plan, it means you plan to fail. So if you fail to set goals, it means you plan not to reach anything. So when you face obstacles, it shows that you have set goals, and that is very good because that is always the first step towards achievement. The third point I will put out there to show you that obstacles are your friends is that obstacles help to immunize you from the tragedy of the lottery made millionaire. What do I mean? You find out that people who win the lottery, and I know so many people know, okay, so I don't really know anyone closely, but then I've heard of people that have won the lottery, and usually it's big amounts of money, right? But you find out almost always that when people win the lottery, they end up losing that money. And you're wondering, what is the reason? Why don't they become wealthy from having gained all of this kind of money? Actually, it's because they didn't go through any rigor to get that kind of money. So whereas you would have always looked at obstacles as things that we don't want or things that we repel, I think it's time to actually see your obstacles as your friends, because they help you to understand and to appreciate really the journey that you're on as you try to achieve things. And it helps you appreciate how far you've come and appreciate the process of becoming. And it helps you to appreciate the results that you have. And you know what? Most people who have gone through a certain kind of rigor to achieve certain results, they keep those results. Those results become lasting results. And they can actually impart the knowledge from the process to other people. So obstacles are actually your friend. I was talking about goal setting and the fact that if you haven't set any goals, it means that you're not going anywhere. So just as a detour and as my gift to you, if you have joined this course, you can click on the link that says download my free dream board. So I've called it dream board. Some people call it vision board. You can call it anything you want to call it, but I call it my dream board. A dream board because it's very colorful and it's something that you can actually print out. It's visual. I feel visuals are really powerful and you can paste it around you, but it will help you set your goals and put down dreams and actions. And it's beautiful because it covers several areas of your life. So go ahead and download my free gift to you. Now, what is a challenge? What is an obstacle? First of all, it's anything that is going to get in the way of you concentrating on this course right now. So it's a very short, this basic module is very short. I want you to focus. I want you to actually take pen and paper, find a comfortable place, maybe take a cup of water, a drink like I have here, and sit down somewhere, and just delve into this course. You don't want to get distracted and miss any point. But really, the real definition of obstacles, I have 3 definitions here. Number 1, an obstacle is something that gets in the way or that slows your progress or actually stops your progress. So you're on your way, you're on your journey, you're trying to achieve something. Whatever stops in your way is an obstacle. Whatever stops you, whatever slows the progress, or whatever stands in your way is an obstacle or a challenge. It's also referred to as a hindrance, an impediment, or an obstruction. So when you see something that hinders you, when I ask people, why are you not taking that next step? Why are you not here doing what you want to do? Why are you not getting that next job or you want to get? Most people only understand a lack of finances as the obstacle standing in their way. A lot of times when I run people through my quick fire questions and ask them some questions, they end up shocked, actually that money is actually not what is standing in their way. They find out that other things are slowing down their progress and it's not money. Because sometimes I ask, if I give you this amount of money that you're asking for, and I walk them through all of those questions, they actually discover that, in the priority, money was actually way down the bottom or somewhere in the middle. Money is actually not the only obstacle you can face. So if you've always wanted to do something and you think in your mind, oh, I don't have the money for it, I think you have put money way up where it shouldn't be. I know finances, funding is very important, but that's not the only obstacle. So it's anything that will hinder, obstruct, or stop you. Now, one of the ways to know if something is an obstacle or not, you need to ask yourself the question, when I finally achieve this thing, or if I go over this obstacle, where will I end up? What will great look like? What will success look like? What will the target look like? What will the achievement look like? If you cannot define that, what you're experiencing is probably not an obstacle. So by implication, like I said before, if you do not have a goal and a clear goal, a SMART goal, something that is very specific, it's not ambiguous, it can be defined, people. Goals can always be defined. If you cannot define for me clearly what you're trying to achieve, why you're trying to achieve it, by when you're trying to achieve it, and within what period you're trying to achieve it, and what you're actually achieving it for, I wonder if it's actually a goal. And so what you're facing that might be obstructing may actually be the lack of a goal, so not a hindrance to the goal. So you need to check that. So you need to ask, is it an obstacle? And if you don't know how to set your goals and you struggle to use the dream board that I've given to you freely, you can reach out to me on my website and actually book paid coaching sessions, and I can talk you through how to make your goals really achievable. I'll share a very interesting story um, about obstacles. It's a famous story of two salesmen from different organizations. Let's call them, for the purpose of this course, let's just call them salesman A and B. So salesman A belonged to company A and salesman B belonged to company B. And each of these companies sent out their salesmen to go to a particular town to go and explore the market for shoes. It's a very popular story. And so they both went, they traveled to this town and they went to check out the market for shoes. So by now you can tell that this company makes shoes and sells shoes, right? And so they went, and then when they got to the town, they made their market survey, they checked things out, spoke to the people, and began to develop their results, you know, the feedback for the organization to tell, how much sales they could make in that business. Incidentally, salesman A from company A came back and said, oh, this is going to be a tragedy. We cannot move into this market. The reason is because when I went out there, yes, it's a good place. It's not too far. We won't spend too much money. But unfortunately, the people do not wear shoes. So there is no market for our shoes in this place. What an obstacle. How can you be trying to move into a market where you sell shoes but nobody wears shoes? But then salesman B came back to his organization. He was so happy, he was excited, and he said, guess what? Let's move in quickly. Let's produce as many shoes as possible for this same town. Let's make so many shoes. Let's make different kinds of shoes, and let's not waste time. Let's move into the market immediately. And they said, why? And this salesman said, because nobody there wears shoes. Now, what comes to mind is that they have each come back from the same place, which means the same goal. They went to sell the same things, they manufacture the same things, but each of them have come back with a different result. One of them saying, let's go immediately, the other saying, let's not go immediately. What is the difference between these people? And what are the life lessons that we can pick from this? The truth is that while the first person could only see obstacles and could only see that what they were planning to do was not going to work, the other person saw opportunities. Hindrances are opportunities waiting for you to see this opportunity, to take advantage of the opportunity that you can see. So every obstacle you're going to face, depending on your frame of mind, your frame of thinking, can actually be an opportunity, right? So the life lessons to learn is that the same situation can be an opportunity or an obstacle. It depends on who's looking. I want to teach you how to look aright, develop the growth mindset that helps you stay resilient, put your perspective aright, and learn how to jump over these obstacles. The other life lesson, like I've put out there, is the fact that you will always face obstacles. In whatever you want to do, you will face challenges. Otherwise, you're probably not going anywhere. The third thing is that it is not enough to set goals. It's not enough for you to just say, so imagine a situation where the people manufacturing these shoes just got up and said, you know what, we make shoes, let's just go out there and sell shoes. They may have failed woefully and they may not understand what their next steps are. So the truth is that it's not enough to set these goals. You must have a plan to achieve them. And the path to achieving them, you must understand what obstacles stand in your way. I can imagine that one of the obstacles they will face is even changing the mindset of people that don't wear shoes. But that doesn't mean it's unachievable. It just means it's an obstacle they need to walk through. Now, I want you to also understand that the fact that you're following your dreams is no guarantee for an easy ride. I'm going to pitch my tent here a little bit. You see, a lot of people just believe that when they set their goals, the next thing is they're going to achieve them. I find out that um, for a lot of people, this is their biggest obstacle, the wrong mindset, actually. The mindset that puts out there that just because I'm following my dreams, I shouldn't experience or encounter any obstacles, but that's not true. It is actually for the reason that you're pursuing your dreams that you will face obstacles. But then the question is, how badly do you want this achievement? How badly do you want that house? How badly do you want that business, a legacy business? What kind of business do you want? You know the proverbial story about deeper foundations for people who want to build higher structures. It is exactly the same way when it comes to facing obstacles. The bigger your dreams, the bigger the obstacles. Because the question is, why should nature or life itself make space for you to fill up that space? Why should anyone listen to me, for instance? Even in putting out this course, I faced a lot of obstacles. And one of the obstacles that I faced probably, is overcoming the thought, why should anyone listen to me? That in itself can be an obstacle. So, what kinds of obstacles do we face? Now, in my next course, I'm going to be delving deeper into the three kinds of obstacles. I'm going to mention them now, the three kinds of obstacles we face. And irrespective of what you're trying to achieve, from the least dream to the greatest dream, when you look closely at whatever is hindering you, standing in your way, creating a lack of clarity for your next step, stopping you, making you frustrated, when you look at the broad spectrum or you narrow it down, it will always fall into these three categories. I will mention them, and then in the next module, which is the pro module, because this is the basic module, I will be walking you through the specifics of what each of these obstacles mean and how to overcome each of these obstacles. And in the advanced module, we will pick some of these obstacles and walk through them. So, the first kind of obstacle you will face is what I refer to as personal obstacles. The second kind of obstacle you will face is what I refer to as environmental obstacles. And the third kind of obstacles you will always face are social obstacles. This is quite interesting, and you really don't want to miss the next module where I delve into what personal obstacles are. I will be defining these personal obstacles. You will have a chance to identify which of these obstacles you're facing and how to deal with these obstacles. And I will be defining for us the social obstacles that we face, because let's face it, we are not islands. We live within the context of a social setting all the time. For a lot of people, this is what has stood in their way from moving to the next level. And then I will be talking about the environmental obstacles. For everyone, we face change, and we're in a vastly, rapidly growing world where change is a constant. Unless you're able to envisage what the environment is saying to you in relation to your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, and you're properly able to gauge where you stand, how to engage, and how to navigate, you will ultimately lose interest in what you're doing, get discouraged, throw in the towel, or totally abandon what you're doing. So, I want you to stay with me and join the next course, which is the pro course, while I take you on this journey of defining the different obstacles and really how to overcome those obstacles. I'd like you to keep in touch with your questions actually, because you will help me shape what aspects I should focus on and what aspects I should leave out. So if you have questions or you actually want to skip all these parts and engage with me personally on this, you can go on my website, get in touch, send me an email at yinka@yinkajibril.com. So the email is to yinka@yinkajibril.com. You can click on that link and send me an email or go on my website to learn other things. If you would also like to listen to my podcast where I talk about different things, all that you can be, you can join my podcast, listen to the several episodes that I have. So thank you so much for joining me on this course today. I hope you found the initial thoughts that I've put out there very useful and you will take the opportunity to finally become unstoppable, choose yourself in your life's dreams and your goals, and make progress towards your journey. In addition to the dream board, I have for you a free ebook. And the free ebook is called Finding Balance in Everyday Life. Just a very little book that helps you understand what work-life balance is and how to actually take steps to make sure that you're achieving work-life balance. It really doesn't matter if you have you work with an organization or you're self-employed or you do your own thing or you do things as a hobby. Our lives always require balance. And in this book, I'm going to be talking you through the several things that skew us out of balance in our everyday lives and how to find balance in your everyday life. So click on the link and enjoy the free ebook. And you know what? Give me your feedback, ask your questions, and tell me what else you'd like to know. Enjoy the free book.